Hey guys, in the two-man queues waiting for an opponent to play with our mono black zombie devotion deck. I'll be back with you guys when the game begins. Alright, so we're about to start. We won the die roll and we will play first. And I think this hand's a solid keep. We've got early plays and then we have some big haymakers for the later game. They'll be especially good, at least Profane Command, if we can get Nykthos out there. But even if we don't, we have a pretty aggressive start. And our Stillmoon Cavalier, like I think I've said in the other videos, it has a good chance, of having protection from one of my opponent's colors. But we'll see. He may be rocking the, hey, there's some removal. But we'll play our Nantuko Shade first. He may be playing Delver or something like it, so we'll have to see. Could be Mono Blue Tron too, I guess, though by now I think I would have seen an Urza's Land even this early, unless my opponent had a really bad hand, I guess. Right, so he's holding up Counter Magic, and actually Nantuko Shade's pretty great against that strategy. There's a good chance he's holding up Counter Magic. And at this point, I don't have a huge incentive to play other spells because of the fact that he may have Counter Magic. So I think I'm actually just going to swing into him for 5 with our Shade. If he ever taps out, we'll play other things to punish him. Oh, I forgot to attack. So now I am going to play a spell. I misclicked there. I'll go ahead and play our Messenger. He'll probably get counterspelled. Should have attacked for at least 2 there, so that was bad, but... And delay. Okay, well, that doesn't eliminate him forever, but it does slow him down. But not swinging there was pretty bad. Right, our opponent seems to be stuck on 2. And I'm sure he's got a fistful of counter magic. And we drew another messenger. This time we're actually going to remember to attack. And we'll go ahead and pump him. Right, anticipate. It's better than a bounce spell, which would have been pretty bad right there. Opponent probably trying to dig for land number 3 here, I would guess. But basically, once you resolve one of these early against a control deck, it can be, especially one that's planning on countering your spells, you can sort of just hang back and crack into them every turn for, however much damage you need to. And then when they tap out, you can think about doing other things. But if they don't play their own creature, we don't really need to worry about doing other things, so... Oh, wow, he still hasn't hit his 3rd land, it looks like. Unless he's going to play it in second main phase. Another anticipate, trying to hit that land. That's pretty rough. So that does mean our opponent's tapped out, which means I think playing Geralf's Messenger here is probably a good call. He's not tapped out. He has 1 blue available. And now we have an extra black that we can use to pump our Shade once. So we'll do that, and then we'll play Geralf's Messenger. So we'll attack Tim Slim Jim with our Shade. Our other Messenger is going to resolve, or try to resolve again next turn. Right, so we take him down to 12. We play our Messenger. And if we ever get an opening for Grey Merchant of Asphodel, we'll be pretty happy. Okay, Whispers of the Muse time. I don't think I realized that card had been flashed back. Not sure what our opponent's playing. He's got a lot of cantrips and stuff. Could be Storm or something, I guess. But he's in a lot of trouble, so. So if he taps out here, which I guess seems unlikely given what our opponent's been doing, I can just play the Grey Merchant and swing for the win, assuming he doesn't play a blocker. Yep, we won that one. So our opponent's mono blue control. And in that matchup, I do like the Spoilers of Souls more than I usually do, and I also like Duress. What do I like less in this matchup? Removal's a little less good. Our opponent's basically just going to be playing, playing a couple creatures a game probably. So he can probably lose a Gatekeeper and run something like Withered Wretch over it because chances are he has, he wants to bring back his instants from his graveyard. So I think we lose Doomblade and go for the Throat and just stick with the 3 Victim of Nights. Still Moon Cavalier doesn't seem to have a big bonus against him of any kind. And the Stromgald Crusader's, I think, actually better, where you don't get protection in one of the colors just because it's cheaper. I mean, this one can gain First Strike, but it costs 1 more, and that's basically the only difference if the protection doesn't matter. It doesn't seem like it does, so I am going to cut one of them. Underworld Connections is good in a control matchup, and so is Gray Merchant. Although, not being able to, if it gets countered late, it's less good. But I think it's still pretty good because, our opponent can tap out for his big win condition, and then we just Gray Merchant for the win, which does frequently happen. The Shade's good for reasons I mentioned, and the Crusaders for the same reason. May just cut a Profane Command. It's going to have less removal targets anyway, so I think that's fine. The Fear thing's also less good. Basically, I'll just be using it for the drain and bring something back from my graveyard against this opponent. Okay, we got a weird high curve hand where we got all of our high converted mana cost cards. Not all, but several of them. And none of our 2-drops. So I think I'm going to go ahead and mulligan here. Our opponent did too, so that makes it hurt a little less. And this is a very good keep. We have turn 1 Gravecrawler into a couple zombies. I don't think we really want this right now because we are going to want to draw some mana in the near future, I think. But all right. The Spoiler of Souls shows up for the party, and we'll play our Gravecrawler in turn 1. It's good to resolve that underneath counter spells. The Spoiler, you don't really want to be exiling your Gravecrawler, but your other creatures are okay, so. Alright, so we're going to swing in there. And I'm actually going to play the Despoiler first and see if it gets countered or whatever, because it'll swing for more damage if he doesn't counter it or have removal or something. So, and it resolves, so we've got 5 damage on the table, which I like. Muddling. Okay, now we're going to see what's going on for real in this deck, because we haven't really seen. Our opponent's muddling, though. Pili-Pala. Okay, well, I guess I'm not going to see. He may have an infinite mana combo of some kind with Pili-Pala. That's the Mana Scarecrow, right? Yeah. I think that's really the only thing I can think of that he might have. It also gives him a creature who can block, I guess, but not very effectively against these guys, so... yeah, I'm going to swing with both of these. We are stuck on 2 lands, which is pretty rough, but we're beating our opponent down. And I think I'll go ahead and also play the Crusader now. And in my turn there. Our deck can function okay on 2 lands with the huge number of 2-drops it has, but it would definitely like more. Okay, Academy Ruins, that's interesting. Okay, here's Pili-Pala. If I draw a land, I can kill it. I didn't draw a land. Right, well, I think I just swing with everything here. Don't mind trading for the Pili-Pala if that's what happens. Interesting. So he must have some kind of combo, since he's willing to drop himself to 6 right now. I think I will play the Withered Wretch now. And in my turn, still no counter magic. We'll see what our opponent does here. I mean, he can... It is nice that Pili-Pala can attack and then untap for him, I guess, but he's got to have some kind of combo to be... Okay, Grand Architect. I've never seen this card before. I wasn't playing when Mirrodin Besieged came out. It was in sort of the void of me not playing Magic. Wow. Wait. This isn't a blue creature, so he has to have one other spell to make like an infinite mana combo here. To make this a blue creature. Oh, target artifact becomes blue until end of turn. Yeah, so he can make infinite mana. I forgot that was on there. So, right? Can't he? Yeah. It has to be artifact spells, though. Let's see what he's playing. If it's, I can't think of an artifact spell that he can play that would just end the game for me here. It could be Platinum Angel, I guess, but we could deal with that eventually, theoretically. Pyromatics. Interesting. That's also not. It says artifact spells, unless I'm seeing. Oh, he can add 1 mana of any color though each time he does it. So he can Pyromatics me for the win with. Yeah. So I guess we'll let him do that. But it's gonna burn us out and kill us for sure. So. Didn't draw any of our removal, unfortunately. This is a pretty fragile combo that we can break up if we need to. But, yeah, I mean, I saw Pili-Pala and was like, that could be a combo. If we'd drawn a Swamp, I probably would have killed it just because I was worried about it. Yeah, I mean, he stopped doing it for some reason. I was just about to scoop and be like, I don't want to sit through this. Okay, he's doing it some more. Yeah, that is a cool combo, though. Somehow his red mana cost isn't going. His red mana isn't going up. It should be, because he taps it and then he adds 2. I'm not sure why it stopped going up. Maybe he can't do it anymore. Maybe my math is wrong. Because he's just getting mana for artifact spells now. But he should be untapping this and adding red. Maybe it's just not showing an updated thing over here, but I'm going to wait this out and see what happens. Well, the red mana's gone now. You can also use Pyromatics to clear our board, I guess, even if he doesn't have the infinite mana combo. But we can play Gravecrawler next turn. So, although he does have a 1/3 who can block it, so. Kind of confused here as to why. It may just be a glitch on Magic Online. There may be a ton of red mana in his mana pool right now that we're just not seeing. But because it's not happening, I mean, he's adding 2 with this, but he has to pay 1 blue to do it every time. Oh no, it's blue until end of turn. And so he's adding 2 and then using it to untap to add mana to his mana pool. So yeah, I mean, there should be red being added to his mana pool. We're just not seeing it for some reason. There may be a glitch on Pili-Pala, I guess, but he was adding red mana there for a second. I guess we'll wait this out, though, and see what happens. Like I said, my guess is we're just going to get Pyromatics, and we're not seeing the mana for some reason. Because, yeah, he'll be able, I mean, he can make his infinite amount of mana right here. I just want to know in the end whether this is a glitch, that it's not adding the mana somehow, or if it's just Magic Online being kind of goofy and not showing me the mana my opponent's adding. Seems like he should be there by now, though, right? I mean, he's tapped it a lot. He does need 2 mana he needs 40 mana to kill us, because it does 1 damage each time. So he does need 40 mana, but I feel like he should be there by now. There it is. 19 replications. Look at all those copies. So it was adding the mana pool, it just didn't show up. So that'll kill me. We'll let him stack his triggers. I guess he only needed 38 mana because the first copy still happens. So there's a combo I haven't seen before, and it has defeated us. So I think we do want our removal back, by the way. I took a lot of it out. That's part of the reason we didn't draw as much. But we didn't see what our opponent was up to in game 1, really. But now we know. So, and we could also bring in Pithing Needle to shut down Pili-Pala or the Architect. So I think we want those. I think we definitely we don't want Go for the Throat because he has artifact creatures, but we want our Doomblades back. I think we can remove some of our higher curve. I mean, we're just going to win the game on our low curve creatures attacking him. Duress is actually a little less good. His combo pieces seem to be creatures, although we could hit Model a Mixture, which helps him find them. But I think I'll still cut 1 Duress. The Despoilers were good, but they're also, again, less good. His deck's less of a control deck and more of a combo deck that runs some counter spells. So I think this is where we want to be. And we'll go into the next game. All right, I think this is a keep. We have much needed removal, and we have some early action, and we have Nykthos too, so I think I like that. All right, land in my turn. And then we'll play Withered Wretch, and then Geralf's Messenger. The Withered Wretch should get in under counter magic. Halimar Depths, a good land to have in a combo deck that has blue in it anyway. All right. All right, so we're going to play Withered Wretch. He doesn't really have any graveyard stuff going on, so it's not as good as it would have been. Probably should have even considered bringing in both Gatekeepers again because, you know, he assembles his combo pieces, and those are basically his only creatures. So we can't actually play our Messenger next turn if we don't draw black, so that's worth keeping in mind. So Anticipate, also good in a blue combo deck. He's searching for his pieces. The good news is we can actually kill his pieces, or at least one of them this time, before bad things happen to us. Although he could just hang on to counter magic to be used against to protect his creatures, but we'll go ahead and get in there with Withered Wretch. Then we'll play Geralf's Messenger, dropping him to 16, giving us 5 damage on the table. And now we have a devotion of 5. See if he transmutes here. Swiftfoot Boots. Okay, well, we need to be leaving mana up now for our our Doomblade, rather, because of the fact that he has Swiftfoot Boots in play now. He wants to try to protect his combo pieces, so we're going to swing for 5. Dropping him to 11. I mean, I guess I can play Nykthos here. Doesn't hurt to. And we can still cast Doomblade even if we play Withered Wretch, but I think I'll hold off on that and just play our Withered Wretch here to up our damage count. And then leave mana up for Doomblade, like I said, so that if he tries to play a combo piece and equip it with the Swiftfoot Boots, we can just drop a Doomblade on it. Halimar Depths, doing some more digging. He transmutes here. Okay, this is good. This is what we want to see because we can now just Doomblade in response to Swiftfoot Boots. So we will take it out. So we know we have at least a couple turns because he does need to assemble those 2 pieces. At least most likely we have a couple turns. And we drew more removals, so that's great for us. All right, so as you'd expect, we're going to swing. Dropping our opponent to 4. Play Nykthos now. Problem with Nykthos here is, like, I can add a bunch of mana to my mana pool, and I guess it doesn't hurt to because I can exile some stuff. So I guess I will. And then I'll play Underworld Connections on the Swamp. Yeah, we won. All right. Well, yeah, we just had to disrupt that combo a little bit, and we did pretty well. So that was another win for the Mono Black Devotion deck. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.